Hi, everyone. It's Betty Ray again. And today's episode two is about creativity. Raphael has messages for you that while you're confined at home, how to be creative, how to do something that might be fun. And so many of the creative things that I have done is because I learned to listen to the archangel, and you have angels, guardian angels, archangels, all waiting to be of service to you. The only problem is they can't help you unless you ask. So ask the abundance of angels to come to you now and to help you write that book you've always wanted to write. Write your memoirs, tell your stories. Everybody has a story to tell. Everybody has it. And on our radio show, which is on Tuesdays at noon on W4WN radio, people say they love my stories. And so I'll be telling them on this video. And we again want to thank you for coming and listening to us. There is such joy that comes through this archangel that we want to share that joy with you because only through your sense of joy can you begin to be a creative person. If your emotional barometer is way down, you can't do anything. You're just sort of stuck in place. But if you gather together your sense of humor, if you smile when you feel like crying, if you just smile, you will find that it raises your consciousness and that sort of connects you between the angels and you. You can come together. And so we're suggesting that today's lesson, I don't even want to call it that, today's idea is creativity. And again, we're going with the book Letters from a Guardian Angel. We hope you could see this. And this is the one on creativity. And Raphael says, grasp the gems of creativity that flash into your mind. You know, while you're sitting there, instead of watching TV, kind of get quiet and ask your angels to help you think of something that you could do, that you could create, that's never been done before. Or at least you can even go on YouTube and find something that you could create. My granddaughter, when she was smaller, she was making these little woven things, and she went on YouTube to find out how to do it. There's so much that you can learn. There's so much new things that you can experience. And what a great time to do it when we're stuck in our houses. This is a great time to learn new things and to be joyful about creating something that is just you. And so Raphael says this, and I'm reading from the book. Rejoice, beloved. Your mind and heart are open and receptive to the gift of beauty, peace, and harmony. As you listen for flashes of ideas, these gems of creativity penetrate your mind. Pause and clasp them to your heart. Make them reality. Let them gestate and grow, becoming manifested into your physical world. The entire universe rejoices in a receptive mind free of fear. Yours is the genius that moves mountains, does the impossible, and astounds the weaker of heart. All in spirit are ready to help you create goodness and beauty in your world. All we need is an open mind and a willing heart. Be open to us, beloved. Be not afraid. Things are possible when you trust and believe. Be at peace. Rejoice in all things. Again, I say rejoice. And Raphael signs it with abundant love, your guardian angel. Let Raphael be your guardian angel and any of the archangels. And you do have a guardian angel that is specifically designed just for you. We kind of look at that as kind of the backstage manager. Shakespeare said, all the world is a stage and we are actors upon it. And believe me, it's true. Your soul has written a story and it has created you as its physical being of expression. And so you are the star of your show. Your soul is telling your story. And the neat thing is, it's live, it's video live. And so here is the author actually writing a story and then having it being live on video automatically. No wonder souls keep coming back. They love to see their stories being written and shown on planet Earth. And the neat thing is, their leading lady or leading man has free will. And so their story may be written, but you can change it. So this is all having to do with how you create. It's how you choose to look at life. If you choose to life with doom and gloom and you don't have any choice and everything is sad and everything is bad, God help you. But if you look at yourself as the story you are writing, you determine your life by how you look at it at this minute. And this is where creativity comes in. And so, this other book that Raphael and I are writing, we aren't even sure of the title yet, but it's Ask Raphael again. And he talks about the recipe for your soup of success. I wish I could show it to you because it's me. I keep putting pictures in this book because I love visuals. I'm very visual. And he says the first ingredient in your soup of success is a fresh new idea seeking to become physical reality. A fresh new idea. While you're confined and you have nothing to do but think, new ideas are ready to come through. How exciting. And that's the second ingredient, a positive emotional response. So if you get a new idea and you get excited about it and you go, yeah, and then the next step will happen. But if you get that exciting new idea and you go, oh, I don't have the money to do that, or I don't think I can do that well enough, blah, blah, blah. Well, down it goes. And your soul says, darn, that was a fun idea that we would love to have seen made manifest in the physical dimension. So, the second ingredient then is a positive mental attitude, or PMA, instead of PMS. Okay. So, whenever an idea enters your mind from the mind of God, it creates an emotional response. If it says, I don't have time for that, it's just what we said, then like smoke, your soul sees a glorious idea evaporate. When you receive an idea and your heart quickens with excitement, you will put your mind and heart and soul into this creation. It becomes a glorious new recipe to share with others as you cooperate in being a co chef with God. Okay, so the third ingredient is a playful imagination. And by using your playful, this is Raphael talking. By using your playful imagination, you can advance more readily in bringing forth an idea into your physical reality. Being playful means letting go of a constant need to judge an idea or to label it. Your imagination is merely the ability to see a picture in your mind. And within that mind, what success might look like. Well, success is an abstract word. So we can't see success. All we can do is feel it. And that's where emotions come in. That's where Raphael talks about the power of your emotions. You have no idea how what you feel is the fuel by which you create. And that's what we're talking about now. So if you have enthusiasm for an idea, then you can create a beautiful thing on the planet, whatever it could be. And I often use the image of the symbols rug that I was given to create. It's just one of the many things that I've been given to create. I do mosaics, I do oil paintings, I do all kinds of things, but I'm also retired. And so I have lots of time to think about things and to do it. And again, I'm in my 80s and that I'm never too old to learn new tricks. And I say that to you now. You're never too old to learn to do something creative and new. Get excited about it. Ask for divine guidance, and you will be able to create something during this pandemic when you are confined to your home and you're twiddling your thumbs because you don't know what to do with yourself. But it's the time of times. And Raphael predicted this. He said, I don't know, years ago, he said, when you see transparency in politics, when lies can no longer be hidden and truth is revealed, you will know it is the time of times to rejoice because the consciousness of all humans is raising. You are getting above fear and you are getting into the joy of creativity. We are designed by God to be creators with God. We call God the creator. We're like an apprentice under the master creator God. And that's what we're here for. We're here to discover this planet through our eyes, through our individual eyes. And that is always not felt by God, but is God. Because everything that exists, this is how I described God to my husband, Joe. I said, because he said he didn't believe in God. So when I first met him, I thought, whoa, we're in for trouble here. And then I laughed and I said, well, I believe that quantum physics says that everything is the physics of possibility and that everything is energy. Everything is vibrating energy. So if you look at my hair follicle, you will see my DNA in it. It's vibrating energy. And so if everything is vibrating energy and God is the source of all energy, then think about that. We are all molecules of God. We are all vibrating energy. The books behind me are actually vibrating energy. Every word has its own vibration. And just as I'm talking now, if you had a thing that could mark it, you would see my voice going up and down. You would see it as vibrating energy. And so he said, oh, you mean it's like God is this big generator in the sky and we have extension cords plugged into it? No, I love that. Here was a creative mind that could take a quantum leap of faith for a man that had given up on what God is or what he didn't want to even know anymore. And he opened up to that idea that he had an extension cord plugged into God. I thought that was great. So plug in, everybody. Plug into the joy that is God. And that's why when you tune into our channel, that's all you will see is love, unconditional and pure, and joy. And so talk about creativity among the people that you're with. If you're alone, then go online and look for something that you could maybe do. Like I do a lot of solitaire sometimes. My mind is so busy and so active that I use solitaire to kind of calm it down. And so that's the way I get creative ideas. When my mind is doing something, and it's really, as a teacher, I know that we learn through the right and left hemispheres of the brain. The right hemisphere of the brain is the visual side, and the left hemisphere of the brain is the part that takes facts and turns those things into words and so forth. So, how it works is God sends us an idea to the right hemisphere of the brain, and it's a visual, it's abstract, it's just an idea. You can't even put words to it until you switch over to the left hemisphere, and then you begin to wrap words around that abstract idea. And that's when you do the first stages of creativity. You get the idea, boom, like that. And it takes you 15 minutes to find words to describe it or more. But then that's the beginning of bringing that creative idea into a physical reality. And as it says, that soup of success, the next step is to get excited about it and to believe that if it was given to you by God is going to help you do it. And so rejoice in the ideas that come to you during this time. This is the time of times, Raphael said, when we are being lifted out of fear. We're being lifted out of fear and into the joy of knowing that we are one with God. And then when we open wide and let go of fear, we are filled with joy because God is pure love, pure joy, pure happiness. And if you want to be happy, get to know your inner self. Get to know what it is you desire to experience in this life. It's your story. You can create it any way you want. If you don't like the way it is now, then doggone it, sit down and look at what you don't like and look at how you can change it. It might mean picking up a book and studying. It might mean going on YouTube and learning a new skill because you can do that. While you're confined, there's all kinds of stuff you can get from the computer. And if you don't have a computer, then ask for divine guidance and you'll be inspired. Long before I knew how to use a computer, I was listening to my divine guidance, and it led me from one place to another as I told my story over these 85 years. It has been my story that is now I'm sharing with you. And so be creative. Think of yourself as an apprentice under the master creator. And it is your job to take these lessons of creativity and put them into physical reality so that this time that you are confined to home will be the greatest time of your life. Wouldn't that be something to look back on and say, that changed my life? I was able to create the rest of my life the way I want it to be. And so think of creativity as your connection to God through your angels. Ask your angels for you to know what to do next because angels' hands are tied. They cannot interfere in your life without your permission. And you can't just give a blanket permission and say, okay, guys, you have permission. You've got to ask individually so they know where to put their energy to help enlighten you as to how to create what you desire. And so, dear friends, rejoice and be glad in this time of times. No matter how terrible it may seem, no matter how many people are going back to God, death is a sad time. I still miss my Joe. He died in '04. But I don't grieve because I know he's just in spirit, just an inch away. And he's probably standing right here and saying, you go, Betty Ray, because they are cheering us on the other side, as all people are still in spirit form. They are never gone. So don't be afraid. Let go of that fear that is closing in on you, is causing you anxiety, making you wonder if you have a cough, do you have the virus? Let go of that fear. I have a cough now and then. I have sinus problems like I've had in the past, but I'm as healthy as ever can be. I'm not on any medications at all. I have been so blessed. But why am I blessed? Because I have learned to trust the divine guidance that comes to me. I have learned to listen to an archangel. What more could anybody ask for? And so I am sharing with you this wonderful wisdom of this beautiful being of light. And I am sharing its joy, its peace, and harmony. Be at peace, dear ones, and know that Raphael, Gabriel, Uriel, Michael, and all the archangels are just waiting a breath away for you to say, help me. And they will. God bless you all. Come back again.